Alright, so sorry I got interrupted making my video initially, so I got to redo it again, but I guess that's okay. Second time's a charm. Anyway, I was sitting on my bus. There's a football game going on outside because I'm doing a football bus, football field trip from the school. And I was sitting here thinking, like, okay, well, I'll let my Bluetooth charge. What can I have a discussion about? And, or what can I do and let my phone charge? And I was like, okay, I can do a video real quick. So what should I do one on? And I was like, oh, we could talk about the next 10 games that they play. If you guys remember, I already did a video about the first 10 games. That's already up on my channel. You can go look for it. Shouldn't be that hard to find. Um, I said, just a quick recap. There was 2 to 3 losses, depending on what Philly does too. Knicks were going to be a loss. Brooklyn was going to be a loss, and they was going to split with Philly. Okay, um, and depending on what they got back, it could be 8-2. They could just completely wipe Philly off the map, but we'll see. So that was my prediction. Um, with this one, I want to go over the teams that they'll play real quick. And then I want to talk about a couple little things here with the schedule. So it's Mavs, Golden State, Clippers, Lakers, Portland Nuggets, Knicks again, Pacers, Houston, and the Magic. Okay? And I'm going to slow it down and say it again in case you guys are struggling to keep up. Dallas Mavericks, Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Clippers, Los Angeles Lakers, Portland, Denver Nuggets, the New York Knicks, the Indiana Pacers, the Houston Rockets, and the Orlando Magic. Those are the 10 games. The first 6 games are all road trip games. Mavs, Golden State, Lakers, Clips, Portland, and the Nuggets, all on the road. The Golden State Lakers is a back-to-back. The Golden State, not the Golden State, the Clippers Lakers is a back-to-back. So they play the Clippers night 1, and then the next night they play the Lakers for game 2. I'm trying to think because I think there was one more back-to-back, and I think it was the Knicks Pacers. Yeah. Yeah, it is the Knicks Pacers. So, here's the thing. You got to keep in mind, road trips are daunting, but especially this one. And I'm going to go ahead and say right now, I already had them booked when I saw the schedule. I have them losing to the Mavs. I have them losing to the Lakers. Um, just right off the bat. Okay? Bad matchup. Porzingis in the front court of the Lakers. Just a bad matchup. Is there a realm where they beat both of those teams? Absolutely. But quite frankly, if I'm assuming full health, I'm assuming full continuity, those are going to be automatic losses to me. The automatic wins was going to be Houston and Orlando, the last 2. The other ones that kind of depend on the schedule, and it's a toss-up, but let's get into it, okay? I told you the Mavs, look, they don't have an answer for KP. I could argue that Luka will control the game because he's the best player, but I could also see a realm where Lonzo and Zach LaVine bust this game open, and now they're forced to play at our pace. I have the Mavs winning. I'm not doing this as a bias because I am a Mavs fan, but I'm going to go ahead and say that the Mavs will win this game. Golden State. Golden State, it was announced that they won't have Clay until December. Without Clay, I'm a lot less interested in this game. I mean, they're going to be solid regardless. They're going to have Wiseman, Wiggins, hopefully, because he hasn't taken a shot. So that's something to keep on, lookout for. Draymond, Steph, obviously. Iguodala's back. They just signed Avery Bradley. Even though we'll play a fast-paced game with them and they'll play small ball, I think we have the better players until they get Clay. And even with Clay, I think it just evens it out more. But I was saying we'll take that game. We'll win against Golden State. Um, Next game is the Clippers. They don't have Kawhi. Still one of the better defensive teams. We're led the league in 3-point shooting. The slowest pace last year. They're the antithesis of what we want to do. But at the same time, without Kawhi, I think that's a huge blow. I think we beat the Clippers. Now, the Lakers, we're going to lose. It's a back-to-back game in Staples. We're going to lose that, number one. We're going to lose that game anyway because they have a big front court. And you guys can go ahead and book this. Anytime we play a team with a huge front court, I'm more than likely going to take them 9 times over 10. That's just me. Now, that doesn't mean that, because the Lakers are old, that we won't get out there and run their asses into the dirt. Complete possibility. I'm, however, going to favor logic instead of emotion here and just say, guys are going to be tired, back-to-back. No way they're going to win that. Lakers win. Portland. Look, I don't respect their backcourt enough. Dame I respect, but Dame and CJ together, no. Bigger backcourt, I'm going with the bigger backcourt. That's us. Outside of that, Nurkic. What's the other guy's name they just traded from Larry Nance. They'll be solid, but I still like us over them. Bulls win that game. So what does that make us? 3-2? Yeah, 3-2. Nuggets. Okay, at this point, I think fatigue will hit us really hard. We had 2 back-to-back games on the road, and now we just played Portland after getting like a day's reprieve. Last day of the trip, guys are probably ready to go home. We're not beating the Nuggets here. Sorry. So after 6 games, they're 3-3. Okay? We get to go home. We get to play the Knicks. They beat us in the first set of 10 games. We're going to go ahead. We're going to beat them. We're going to return the favor. We're going to beat the Knicks at home. And I believe we got a back-to-back. And I think this one is on the road. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But we got the Pacers. Pacers, I think, are going to win the back-to-back. Look, people are going to sleep on the Pacers. I'm not. They are very solid. They got Rick Carlisle as a coach this year, so they're going to be better. Sabonis, Miles Turner solid, Karis LeVert solid, Brogdon solid. They're one of they're one of those teams that I like that I feel like have all the right pieces. They just need that guy. This is a team I want Brandon Ingram on. I think Brandon Ingram would take them to the next level. This is a team where you get any like young budding star, like a Donovan Mitchell on this team would be pretty supreme. Really, they need like a forward. So Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, B.I., any kind of young budding forward I think would be on this team would take them to the next level. Having said that, they're a balanced team. They have a little bit of everything, very sound defensively, very good offensively. I'm going to give them the edge in a back-to-back because I think they will have fresher legs. Now, keep in mind, I don't know if any of these teams are coming off the back-to-backs either. So, in my head, all of this is just assuming that everybody is perfect health. It could be, obviously this stuff changes if injuries happen and things like that. I get it. But just work with me. That's the basis that I'm doing this off of this video for. And any other ones I do in the future. Except I'll probably wait until we're into the season to do a third one. We'll do the next 2. And then that way I can get it more up to date. Having said that, okay, the Pacers win. So what's that? We split that too. So we're 4-4. Okay? Houston, we're going to beat Houston. The Magic, we're going to beat the Magic. Okay? So we get through this road trip 6-4. 6-4 is the road, through the road trip. Not bad, but definitely not good as the first 10 games. So that puts us at somewhere between 13-6 or 14-5. No, wait, I think I said that wrong. 13, no. It should be 13-7 or Yeah, because that's 6. Yeah, so 13-7 or 14-6. Okay, that's where we should be around that point. Very solid. Um, I don't think that keeps the 60-win pace that I had them at, quite frankly. Well, let's see. If it's 14, we'll just keep it 14. Multiply that times, because that's 20 games times 4. 28, 4, that's 56. Okay? That's about where I had them to after the first 10 or so games. So it's about 56 wins, and then there's still 2 games after that. So you can say between a 56 to 58 win rate, which is usually a number 1 to number 3 seed at worst, which is solid. They're also getting the break in the fact that a lot of teams they're playing early going to have injuries, and again, a lot of teams aren't going to have data on them. But now, when you start playing these teams, they got more information on you because you play games. Especially what was the 5th game? From Portland. Once Portland gets you, once you get to Portland, you've seen them play too many teams, too many good teams. You got enough information. You kind of figure out what they're going to do and plan for them better. So their advantage kind of starts to wane in this set of games going forward. By the way, Coby White will be back at some point in the midst of these games. He's supposed to come back in the middle of November. That was what was said today. These games take place because the first game is November 10th. I think the last one is somewhere around like the 26th of November or something. I'm not sure. But he'll be back somewhere in between it. So we'll get a boost. He'll be back. Pat Will, he got an ankle injury, a high ankle sprain. He's supposed to be out 4 to 6 weeks. That happened on the 15th. Today is the 24th, which means that's been 9 days. It's a week and a half. And so, retroactively, it's 4 to 6 weeks from when that happened. So we're talking a week and 2 days. That means we're looking more at like 2.5 weeks to 4.5 weeks right now. That's about what he has left, which would be he should be back at earliest before the last preseason game or 2. At the latest, the 3rd game, which would be against Detroit, is when he would be back, or right after that. I don't think we'll miss him too much except for that game against the Pelicans if he doesn't, or if he's not there, because Zion is just going to cook whoever. There won't be an answer for him. And the only thing that I can think of, which I've thought about, I was like, look, just put Caruso in and have Caruso face guard him straight up. It's point Zion, have him get into Zion. We don't respect Zion's handles. Have him dig into Zion and force somebody else on the team to beat you. Okay? And put your next best defender on Brandon Ingram and say, okay, Valanciunas, no, Kira, Devontae Green. If y'all beat us, good game. We shake your hand, we move on. Because we stopped the other 2. And if you manage to do that, hey, we'll take that to the bank. But other than that, I mean, we should hopefully be healthy by then. But assuming everybody's teams is fully healthy outside of this, it's going to be a pretty interesting 20 games. If they're 14-6 or 13-7, you gotta like it. You gotta like it. Let's take a couple wins off. Let's just say they're down 3 wins more than I project them. They're 11-9 or say 12-8. It's still not bad. You're still teetering kind of close to the 500, but you're still winning, and that's what matters at the end of the day. I would much rather them be at like 13-7 and 14-6, because it gives them a bit of a cushion if they get like a major injury or 2. You want to get these wins early. If they can come out and have a better record than this, maybe they're 16-4. Bravo. Bravo. That's a 64 win pace, and quite frankly, they would probably have the number one seed. Not just that, but it would bode well for them if they run into some trouble in the middle of the season. Like teams start hitting their stride and stuff. It would bode well because we got all these good teams early. And by the way, let's talk about that. If you listen to this list, Mavs, Golden State, Lakers, Clippers, Portland, Nuggets, Knicks, Pacers. Okay, with the exception of Golden State, who made the play-in game, and I believe the Pacers made the play-in game. All of those were basically winning teams last year, at least 500. The only two losing teams are the last two on here, which is Houston and Orlando. And you already played Brooklyn, the 76ers, who had the number one seed the year prior. The Celtics will be played once without Jaylen Brown, I believe. The Jazz, I mean, that's stiff competition. For you to have already, and a lot of those are West Coast teams, so we don't have to make that trip anymore. That's it because you're on the East now. With Lonzo being on the East, we don't have to go and play them again. They got to come see us. So later on in the season, they got to come see us at home. That benefits us, especially if they go on like a East Coast trip or Midwest trip. That benefits the Chicago Bulls later on in the season, especially if they got the wins early. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to seeing this play out. The Mavs, my Mavs are good, man. Luka is a motherfucker by himself, but that Luka, man. And I know I don't talk much about my team, but Luka is so dominant. I know they had that not the article, the story thing where they were talking about the top 5 players. They had him, Steph, KD, Giannis, and Bron. Those are the top 5 players they had in the game. I don't think he's there. I think he's number 6. I also think Kawhi's being incredibly disrespected. I think he should be in the top 5. But Luka's up there with those guys as far as talent is. Like, he is one of those dudes that could win you a ring. He's one of the guys you definitely build around. I'm interested to see what they do with Jason Kidd, but I'm going to still go off of them having the same strengths that they had the year prior. That's another thing. We got to see how this team is ran, too. The Mavs could be a complete wild card. Complete wild card. So it'd be nice to see what Jason Kidd does with them, but I respect their duo. A lot of people don't respect KP. I still like KP. I would like KP on this team because he's better defensively than Vooch. But a lot of people are like, no, don't put him on the team. I'm not saying we're going to go trade for him. I'm just saying if we had him on the team, I would like it because I like his fit defensively and what he brings as far as rim protection and stuff. And he can shoot. He can shoot far, too. That dude can shoot from Dame Lillard, Steph range out by like the half court. He got range. Like if you have not seen it, go watch clips of it. But anyway, is anybody else ready for this season? Like, shout outs in the comments section, man. If you can't wait, look, this is Friday night, so media day is Monday at 11 a.m. Okay? Be tuned in for that because there's going to be tons of content on YouTube. I will be making content, but I'm going to make one video toward the end of the day unless there's something major that comes out or like that needs its own separate thing. But I'm going to listen to everything multiple times and I'm going to give a breakdown like I always do. I hope you guys look forward to that because I look forward to that. And then we're going to have training camp the day after. I hope we get, open training camp where people can come in and video and film. That would be great. That would be great. I just had a belch real quick. But I can't wait. I normally don't care for preseason, but this team, I'm gonna go buy pass to watch even the preseason games. I'm going to, like, this year, normally I wouldn't buy, cable television for that. I'm getting stuff like that. I'm getting, what's the other thing? I'm buying League Pass. all this other stuff. I'm going to be able to watch damn near every game, and I might even do breakdowns and stuff on my Patreon. But that's going to be part of the content for this year. I'm going to spend time looking at stuff, going over stuff, and I will be giving my post-game analysis like I normally do. I can't wait, man. Like, the Lakers, I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. Let's see what he got. The Pelicans, I thought I was hyped. I was like, okay, yeah, he's going to play on the Pelicans, okay, with Zion and the guy, okay. All right, this is good. Didn't work out that way. But I think for this one, for the Bulls, I'm genuinely ready. And I hope you guys are too. But anyway, I know this kind of segued off of the initial topic or the topic of this video, but I don't care. My channel, I do what the fuck I want. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Leave your comments down in the comment section as usual. I don't have to tell you guys that, but I really want to hear your opinions. I remember the last video I did on this, you guys, you gave me feedback. You guys gave me your opinions. Some I agreed with, some I don't. I would like to hear your reasoning. Let me say this too. Please don't just say, oh, their record is going to be this. Tell me the teams that they're going to lose to and why you feel that way. Because I may miss something and you might bring something to my attention that changes my viewpoint. So if you have an opinion, I want to hear it. I definitely want to hear it. For instance, someone mentioned, because I was a little iffy on the Jazz thing. I thought it could go either way. And someone brought up to my attention, it was like, hey, the Jazz actually have a small front court. Like, they're small overall as a team, with the exception of Rudy. And I had to think about it. And I was like, Ingles, Conley, Bogdanovich, Royce O'Neal, Clarkson. Like, that, you're right. And I was like, okay, that plays to our advantage overall. And so it made me look at that whole matchup completely differently. So yes, if you have an opinion about a team or a reason why they beat them, please leave it in the comment section. And please don't give me any basic shit. Give me something that's well thought out. I'm a guy who likes intellectuality. I'm gonna make up a word. Give me some facts and some intelligent thought behind these answers. I don't want just some simple shit. And I might delete the comment if it's some simple shit, honestly. I want to be able to look at this and be like, okay, I like this. I want to be able to have, this is one of those videos where I definitely want to have feedback with everybody in the comment section. So anyway, 23 minutes in, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Y'all have a good night. Peace.